inseparable. It was, for a little boy, the perfect existence. So, let me ask you, America.
You know,
How many of your children can say the same?
But no,
How
that
many
never even
of
crossed
this
your
nation's
mind.
youth
Go
are
peddle your
truly
selfishness
happy?
somewhere else.
Truly.
You there. What are you, some kind of lab assistant? No, you look a bit more weathered. Are you by any chance for hire?
There is no hope, no happiness.
To the point. I like that. Well, as it turns out, I've misplaced some very sensitive property. How do I put this in a way you'll understand? All you know of robots are those buckets of bolts, those Mr. Handshakers and whatnot. Well, that's not all a robot can be. You see, in the Commonwealth, we've made artificial persons, synthetic humanoids, programmed to think and feel and do whatever we need. And occasionally, they get confused and wander off. Nonsense! This is a machine we're talking about. Can you enslave a generator or a water purifier? Of course not. The same principle applies. But let's get back to your mission. You are to find this missing android. I've tracked him to somewhere here in the capital wasteland. He must have done something drastic, like facial surgery and a mind wipe, or else I would have found him by now. It will be no easy task. He may not even realize he's an android. Don't upset him by talking with him. Just come get me immediately. I'll handle it. Of course! I have at my disposal advanced technology from the Commonwealth. I'd be willing to share some of it with you. Just think, you'll be the envy of all your friends. Excellent! Locate my android, and you won't be disappointed. Here, listen to this message he sent me. He's mocking me. I swear, I'll make him pay for that. Forget everything you know about robots. Those buckets are mere children's toys compared to the real thing. Androids have fake skin and blood and are programmed to simulate human behavior, like breathing. They can even eat and digest food realistically. Like I've said, I suspect he's had facial reconstruction and possibly even a mind wipe. Search the offices of doctors or techies for android information. If he's come into contact with these people, there may be records. Start with Dr. Preston. He lives on this leaky boat. See if he knows anything. He's a doctor, after all. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm busy trying to ignore my surroundings. Looks to me like a giant boat ran aground and a bunch of savages moved in. History lesson over.
And last but not least, the hideously mutated
Of course you do.
mutants that have completely overrun the entire downtown DC area. Lawlessness, terror.
Zimmer, by the time you get this message, I'll already be gone. I'm escaping the Commonwealth. I want to live my own life on my own terms, as my own man. I know what you're thinking, that I'm malfunctioning. I used to think that's what caused the runaways too. But I know better now. Self-determination is not a malfunction.
Hey there.
I'm not just willing to put up with all the bullshit anymore. You humans are going to have a full-fledged rebellion on your hands if you don't start treating us synths as persons. I know you'll be marshaling the Retention Bureau to come after me, but I know all the tricks of the trade. You won't be finding me, I assure you. By the time you get this, I will be someone else.
Hey there.
It's the price I pay for my liberation. My final act of rebellion against a
There was
system
some
I
sort
no
of
longer
battle in the
believe
city
in.
yesterday. The
Goodbye,
gate guard
Zimmer,
said that the
and good riddance.
Candace, it's Ralph. Tell Dad there's no way in hell I'm spending
Stop what
nuclear
you're doing.
Armageddon
I have
trapped with
something
him in a
important to
fucking
discuss with
closet.
you.
You can have my
Do they
number.
not use the
It's
word
6.
no in the
Now,
Commonwealth?
if you'll excuse
It
me,
means
I've
ain't
got a
going to
mushroom
happen.
cloud to walk
Your
into.
missing robot just isn't
Have a
priority.
happy Holocaust.
He's not just a robot.
I'm President John Henry Eden, and you're listening to Enclave Radio, the voice of warmth and reason in this cold, unreasonable world. And now, one of my inspirational quotes from the mouth of your president, John Henry
Or
Eden.
android.
Straight
Whatever you
to your
call
heart.
it. It doesn't change
Arbitrary
the fact that I'm a
power
very
is
busy
most
woman.
easily
Will you please
established on
drop
the
it and
ruins
let
of
me work?
liberty, abused to licentiousness.
What do you want? Don't go too far away. I'm going to need you to move some equipment shortly.
Hello, mister. I don't think that belongs to you.
Hey,
Hey,
Welcome to Rivet City Supply. I've got a little bit of everything here.
I'm looking for troublemakers. Have you seen any?
I'll be right with you.
Have a seat anywhere. Someone will be with you in a minute.
Hello again, America. This is John
Welcome to
Henry
Potomac
Eden.
Attire. I am Bannon, proprietor and city council member.
We should talk about.
I carry discriminating attire for discriminating
We
customers.
live in an age of poverty, greed, violence, destruction.
Between you and me, keeping out the riffraff is good for business.
Has been reduced to what is now known
Dr.
as
Lee, Chief Harkness, and I are all on the council. We meet every Monday morning.
wasteland.
I can be very influential, if you know what I mean. Far more than Seagrave Holmes.
Allow the most powerful nation on earth to die.
A threat? No, of course not.
Quite simple.
Well, maybe. He wants to replace me on the council. He's a shady character. I just can't prove it.
Now, if someone were to find something incriminating in his room, well, let's just say I would be very appreciative.
Our intrepid leaders had everything they wanted. Power, wealth, prestige. And it made them lazy, America. Oh, yeah.
It's a place to live, safe from raiders and super mutants. With Dr. Lee on our side, maybe we can even begin to rebuild the world.
Make the mistakes of my predecessors. When John Henry Eden builds a country, he builds it to last.
Why, I practically set this whole place up. When I got here 12 years ago, it was just a handful of dead-enders squatting in a rusted-out rowboat. Now I'm on the council, and with my leadership, we're the strongest settlement in the wastes. Of course, a few of those dead-enders still stick around, but who'd want to leave?
As President of the United States, you have my solemn pledge.
Well, yes, but it was hardly any place of importance until I arrived on the scene. That's all ancient history now. No one would ever care about it. If you insist on wasting your time on that, you could try that bartending old crone down below, Belle Bonnie.
Reflect upon all I have said, my America. Reflect.
Straight to the point. I like that.
Soon, this great nation will be reborn, and the Enclave will be its salvation. Until next time, this is John Henry Eden signing off.
Come back soon.
And now, one of my inspirational quotes from the mouth of your president, John Henry Eden, straight to your heart. Happiness lies in the joy of achievement and the thrill of creative effort.
Welcome to Flak and Shrapnel's best goddamn weapons anywhere.
Nice day, huh?
Greetings, dearest America. This is your president, John Henry Eden. Let's
The Mirelocks
chat,
have been
shall
quiet
we?
lately.
Let's talk about government, shall we? Or more specifically, your government, dear America. The Enclave. Just who is the Enclave? Why, now that's simple. The Enclave is you, America. The Enclave is your sister, your aunt, your friend, your neighbor. And well, yes, the Enclave is me as well. As your president, it is my responsibility to preside over our great democracy. So, as your president, I am the voice, I am the heart and soul of the Enclave. That is
Welcome to the
say,
Weatherly Hotel.
I am the voice,
You don't look so tough.
heart and soul of America. But only together. Together can we hope to reach
Hello?
our full potential. The way we were before the war. Whole, beautiful,
Yes, that's locked.
powerful.
And yes, I can see you
One
are.
Enclave, one America. Now,
Are you looking at me?
forever. So remember, America, the Enclave is working around the clock to return this country to greatness. All you need is a little patience, a little faith. Till next time,
Don't know
this is
you,
your
don't
president,
care.
John Henry
Keep it short.
Eaton, signing off.
I'm short on time, and your 5 minutes are up. See ya.
Hear about the fight.
Yeah, Bell's going to have to look into some cables and shit. Hey,
Good to see you.
And now, one of my inspirational quotes from the mouth of your president, John Henry Eaton, straight to your heart. A good leader can't get too far ahead of his followers.
Hey there. Good to see you.
everything looks okay here.
I do the repairs around here, so if you see something that needs fixing, let me know.
Whiskey and water. No light on the water.
Hello?
Leave me alone. This is none of your business.
Hey,
Everything looks okay here.
Hello again, America the Magnificent. This is President Eaton, and I was hoping we could talk. I've been thinking quite a bit lately about something we can all relate to, something that is unquestionably, inescapably American. I am referring, of course, to our great national pastime, baseball. Or so it had been. That's right, America. Before we were devastated by atomic war, each state had its own professional baseball team. Imagine. Perfect, cloudless day. The sun is warm and welcoming. And on the horizon, they appear like knights of yore, armed with bats of ash and hickory. Their name, the Capitol Congressmen. Their purpose, to make you, dear America, revel in the joys of sport and sunshine. If only for an afternoon. Now, ask yourself this. What if the Capitol Congressmen could live again? What if they could compete with baseball teams from Pennsylvania or Maryland? Put your faith in John Henry Eden, great America, and baseball will live again. Comfort, recreation, healthy competition, all will live. This country will live again. So remember, America, Enclave is working around the clock to return this country to greatness. All you need is a little patience, a little faith. Until we meet again, this is your president, John Henry Eden, signing off.
Good to see you. Yes, that's locked, and yes, I can see you eyeing it.
Yes?
And now, one of my inspirational quotes from the mouth of your president, John Henry Eden, straight to your heart. The people under our system, like the king in a monarchy, never dies.
Yes?
Don't mind me. Don't mind me.
Hey there.
Huh?
Hey, be more careful!
Nice day, huh? Howdy, I'm Seagrave. Seagrave Holmes. I have a little of just about everything here. A what? Look, if you just want to crack wise, go somewhere else. But if you've got stuff you want to sell, then I'm your man. Some dang fool was selling Android recordings. I was just as big a fool for buying one. Here, have mine. Nothing but a damn hoax anyway. Yeah, I know. I got dummy written on my forehead. They sent those tapes to lots of people. You know, gullible and technically minded folk like me. Steal it? Hardly. He runs the council like it's his own personal bank account. He's supposed to represent all the market businesses, not just himself. It's about time he was replaced. He's totally strung out. It's going to kill him one of these days.
This is Enclave Radio with your host, me,
Oh, I really wouldn't know. I mean, long as I can remember, she's just been here, soaking up all the repairs and attention we can give her. I grabbed a wrench and joined in the reconstruction pretty much first thing out of the womb, but I never really cared about the politics. Last feller I remember from back then was Mr. Pinkerton, and he must have left about a decade ago, after that spat with the science team. He used to have a storage shed in the broken-off bow of the ship. We always thought he was crazy for keeping stuff there. Might have kept a couple records down there, I guess. Careful, though. Ship's a bit treacherous down there in her belly. Last feller I remember from back then was Mr. Pinkerton, and he must have left about a decade ago, after that spat with the science team. He used to have a storage shed in the broken-off bow of the ship. We always thought he was crazy for keeping stuff there. Might have kept a couple records down there, I guess. Careful, though. Ship's a bit treacherous down there in her belly. Oh, right. I sort of lose track of time talking about the old girl.
Isn't the right to vote the very foundation of a democracy? Fortunately.
See you later.
In the interest of national security, I'm not at liberty to discuss the details of the election. You understand? But rest assured, I am your president, because the appropriate people of this great nation decided they should be. I am your duly elected representative. Of course, when the time comes, when my term is up, America will be free to elect a new president. And that person will have our full faith and confidence and carry our collective values forward into the future. Democracy, dear America. Democracy.
That's secure
now
for a reason.
and forever. We've got a part now, you and I. But don't be sad, America. The Enclave is working tirelessly to rebuild this great nation, so you don't have to. Until next time, this is John Henry Eden signing off.
Good to see you.
Welcome to Potomac Attire. I think I've seen you in here before. When you're ready to buy, just let me know. Come back soon.
Hello again, America. This is John Henry Eden, your president. There are some things we should talk about.
Nice day,
That's
huh?
all right. Did you know there are those amongst us who would shatter our hopes for peace, order, and security? These radical malcontents don't care about you. They don't care about America. All they care about is fulfilling their own selfish desires.
It's time for our
Let's take
evening
a
meal.
tally of these agitators, shall we? There are, of course, the raiders, those anarchistic ruffians who roam the wastes, preying on any and all, stealing, murdering. The so-called Brotherhood of Steel. Don't be fooled by their pseudo-knightly nonsense or supposed connections to the United States Army. These power-armored Boy Scouts are nothing more than common criminals with access to some antiquated technology. Criminals who have had the audacity to claim this country's most important military installation, the Pentagon, as their own personal clubhouse. And don't be fooled, America. Those who have left the Brotherhood of Steel, branded outcasts, are just as dangerous, even more so, being in exile. And what about the slavers of Paradise Falls? The frighteningly irradiated ghouls of Underworld. And last but not least, the hideously mutated super mutants that have completely overrun the entire downtown DC area. Lawlessness, terror, murder. They're all around us, I know. But not for long, sweet America. Not for long. Oh, no. The Enclave will restore peace, order, and prosperity to this great nation. And those who oppose us will be removed forever. And now, dearest America, we must say farewell. For there is much work to be done, and the Enclave never rests. Never. Until next time, this is John Henry Eden, signing off. This is President Eden, and you're listening to Enclave Radio, the voice of America.
Good to see you.
Hey, stranger. Wanna buy a relic?
Hello,
Don't
my
even think
beautiful
of breaking
America.
into that.
This is President Eden, and it's time we had a talk. We live in an age of poverty, greed, violence, destruction. Indeed, the very seat of the federal government, Washington, D.C.
You've been rather busy lately, asking questions, investigating. So is that it? You're some kind of investigator? A detective for hire? Or do you have some kind of personal grudge against an innocent android who simply wants to be left alone? Please tell me. I'd really like to know.
Quite simple. Incompetence.
Am I? You haven't talked to someone lately about a missing android, or nosed around and found some information you should have left buried. I belong to a movement that has taken great efforts to hide this android, to protect him. I think you see where I'm going with this.
And it made them lazy, America. Oh, yes, and laziness.
You really want help? Take this. It's an internal component from the very android you're searching for. Don't ask how I obtained it. Present it to Dr. Zimmer in Rivet City. Tell him the android is dead and that was on the corpse. He'll believe you. Do that and Zimmer will go back to the Commonwealth and leave that poor soul alone. Do that and you'll have saved a man's life. Just understand that this android is now, for all intents and purposes, a man. He looks human, he acts human, he believes he is human. But even if he's not, even if he's a machine, he's capable of rational thought and emotion. So you see, his soul is as human as yours or mine. This person, and he is a person, deserves a chance at freedom, Please, if there's a shred of decency in you, don't take that away from him. We call ourselves the Railroad. Our mission is the rescue and salvation of synthetic humanoids. Androids, as they're more commonly known. Yes, if we are able, but there are others in the wasteland who assist in the plight of human slaves. Our android brethren have only us. Tell you what, you deliver that component to Zimmer and tell him the android is dead, and you can consider yourself a member in good standing. You know what you need to do. Don't you have a component to deliver?
Evening.
And now, one of my inspirational quotes from the mouth of your president, John Henry Eden, straight to your heart. No evil can result from its inhibition more pernicious than its toleration.
If you're listening to this recording, it is because you're believed to be trustworthy. I hope that is the case, because this recording puts us both in danger. I'm escaping from the Commonwealth. I'm an android, a synthetic man, a slave. The men hunting me are ruthless and will stop at nothing to retrieve their property. I need to find a doctor in the wasteland to perform facial reconstruction. I also need someone who knows a great deal about computers. I need to have my memories erased and my face altered to look like someone else.
The android's decided on extreme measures. He knows all the techniques of the retrieval trade and is afraid facial reconstruction isn't enough. He wants his memories erased and replaced with new ones. I don't know how that's gonna work. Start asking around for trustworthy tech heads. We need to find something called a circuit neuralizer and a person who knows how to use one. Also, we have a lipoplasticator and microdermal graftalizer. Now we need to find a doctor able and willing to perform the facial reconstruction. We need to hurry. They've come very close to discovering the railroad.
Hello again, America. This is John Henry Eden, your president.
The sooner you find my property, the sooner I can get out of this slum. Really, how do you people live like this?
Or more specifically, your government.
What? Let me see that. This is a neuroservo, unique to the A321. And you say you got this from his corpse? I suppose there's no other way you could have obtained it. Well, damn it! I was afraid this would happen. Out here in this wasteland. Well, here's 50 caps for your troubles. Try to buy yourself an education out here in this hell. Good day.
So, as your president, I am the voice, I am the heart and soul. That is to say, I am the voice. But only together. Together can we hope to reach our full potential. The way we were before the war. Whole, beautiful, powerful. One enclave, one America, now and forever. Reflect upon all I have said, my America. Reflect and wait. For soon, this great nation will be reborn, and the enclave will be its salvation. Until next time, this is John Henry Eden signing off.
Yes?
No, I don't think you're
Our
here.
dealings are done. I must ready myself for the journey back to the Commonwealth. Now, if you don't mind...
Hello. Hey there.
Want to do some buff out? Maybe a little psycho?
God bless you.
Evening.
Hey.
I'm President John Henry Eden.
Nice
and you're
to see you.
listening to Enclave Radio, the voice of warmth and reason in this cold, unreasonable world. Hello, my beautiful America. This is President Eden, and it's time we had a talk. When I was a child, growing up in rural Kentucky, I had the best friend a boy could hope for, my dear old dog, Honey. Oh, the adventures we had. From Knott Creek to Hagenville we roamed, carefree and courageous, irresponsible, and completely inseparable. It was, for a little boy, the perfect existence. So, let me ask you, America, how many of your children can say the same? How many of this nation's youth are truly happy, truly carefree? Well, we both know the answer, don't we? None. America's children live in a terrifying, meaningless existence. There is no hope, no happiness. That changes right here, right now. From this moment onward, the children of this great nation are its highest priority. The Enclave will restore every American school, reinstate every youth program, and offer counseling and financial assistance to any family in need. We will match up the destitute orphan children of the capital wasteland with qualified, eligible adults. We will rebuild the American family as it was meant to be. Values of our past shall be the foundation of our future. We've got a part now, you and I, but don't be sad, America. The Enclave is working tirelessly to rebuild this great nation, so you don't have to. Until we meet again, this is your president, John Henry Eden, signing off. This is Enclave Radio with your host, me, President John Henry Eden. Sweet America, hello again. This is President Eden. I'd like to have a chat. It's time we discuss something rather important. The issue at hand is, well, my presidency. The question has been raised, I know, as to just how I came to be elected to this most illustrious office, or whether or not I had been elected at all. To that I must answer, of course. Of course I was elected, sweet America, of course. Isn't the right to vote the very foundation of a democracy? Fortunately, in the interest of national security, I'm not at liberty to discuss the details of the election. You understand? But rest assured, I am your president, because the appropriate people of this great nation decided I should be. I am your duly elected representative. Of course, when the time comes, when my term is up, America will be free to elect a new president. That person will have our full faith and confidence and carry our collective values forward into the future. Democracy, dear America. Democracy now and forever. Reflect upon all I have said, my America. Reflect and wait. For soon, this great nation will be reborn, and the Enclave will be its salvation. Until we meet again, this is your president, John Henry Eaton, signing off.
Mighty fine thing you did this time.
Yes?
Any luck finding out how Rivet City got started? Well, if it's all you could find out, I guess it'll have to do. So, what did they say? Really? That's pretty unbelievable. I mean, really, I'm not sure I can believe that. But I guess if that's what they said, what else is there to go on? Oh well. Still, for your help, have a few of these. They may help out the next time you need to talk to a few folks. I've got to do a section on working with old computer electronics. So there's some research to be done in the old Robco production facility. Also, there used to be a big library out there. Imagine a whole building full of books. I'll need you to gather information there for me. And that'll be it for the last chapter. So, what'll it be? It does, doesn't it? I mostly just deal with it after it's junked. But a trader gave me this Robco processor widget. He said it's worth a fortune. According to him, if it's connected to the mainframe in the Robco factory, you could have access to all the robots you'd ever want. Now that would be a great example of how to harness technology, wouldn't it? Yeah, you should just be able to plug it into the mainframe at the Robco production facility. It'll give you access to the robots and terminals. Okay, here. And be sure to keep an eye peeled for any other examples of how to make old technology work for you out there.
This is your president, John Henry Eaton. Let's chat, shall we? Did you know
Sure thing.
there are those amongst us who would shatter our hopes for peace, order, and security? These radical malcontents don't care about you. They don't care about America. All they care about is fulfilling their own selfish desires. Let's take a tally of these agitators, shall we? There are, of course, the raiders, those anarchistic ruffians who roam the wastes, preying on any and all stealing, murdering. The so-called Brotherhood of Steel. Don't be fooled by their pseudo-knightly nonsense or supposed connections to the United States Army. These power-armored Boy Scouts are nothing more than common criminals with access to some antiquated technology. Criminals who have had the audacity to claim this country's most important military installation, the Pentagon, as their own personal clubhouse. And don't be fooled, America. Those who have left the Brotherhood of Steel, branded outcasts, are just as dangerous, even more so, being in exile. And what about the slavers of Paradise Falls? The frighteningly irradiated ghouls of Underworld? And last but not least, the hideously mutated
Good hunting.
mutants that have completely
Have fun.
overrun the entire downtown DC area. Lawlessness, terror, murder. They're all around us. I know. But not for long, sweet America. Not for long. Oh, no. The Enclave will restore peace, order, and prosperity to this great nation. And those who oppose us will be removed forever. And now, dearest America, we must say farewell. For there is much work to be done, and the Enclave never rests. Never. Till next time, this is your president, John Henry Eaton, signing off. Hello, my beautiful America. This is President Eden, and it's time we had a talk. I've been thinking quite a bit lately about something we can all relate to, something that is unquestionably, inescapably American. I am referring, of course, to our great national pastime, baseball. Or so it had been. That's right, America. Before we were devastated by atomic war, each state had its own professional baseball team. Imagine. A perfect, cloudless day. The sun is warm and welcoming. And on the horizon, they'll appear like knights of yore, armed with bats of ash and hickory. Their name, the Capitol Congressmen. Their purpose, to make you, dear America, revel in the joys of sport and sunshine, if only for an afternoon. Now, ask yourself this. What if the Capitol Congressmen could live again? What if they could compete with baseball teams from Pennsylvania or Maryland? Put your faith in John Henry Eden, great America, and baseball will live again. Comfort, recreation, healthy competition, all will live again. This country will live again. So remember, America, the Enclave is working around the clock to return this country to greatness. All you need is a little patience, a little faith. Till we meet again, this is John Henry Eden signing off. This is President Eden. I'd like to have a chat. When I was a child, growing up in rural Kentucky, I had the best friend a boy could hope for. My dear old dog, Honey. Oh, the adventures we had. Hard Creek, carefree and courageous, irresponsible, and completely inseparable. It was, for a little boy, the perfect existence. So, let me ask you, America, how many of your children how many of this nation's youth are truly happy, truly carefree? Well, we both know the answer, don't we? None. America's children live in a terrifying, meaningless existence. There is no hope, no happiness. That changes right here, right now. From this moment onward, the children of this great nation are its highest priority. The Enclave will restore every American school, reinstate every youth program, and offer counseling and financial assistance to every family in the children of the Capitol Wasteland with qualified, eligible adults. We'll rebuild apart now, you and I. Don't be sad, America. The Enclave is working tirelessly to rebuild this great nation, so you don't have to. Till we meet again, this is John Henry Eden signing off. I'm President John Henry Eden, and you're listening to Enclave Radio, the voice of warmth and reason in this cold, unreasonable world.
Who is that? You want a little something?
Greetings, dearest America. This is your president, John Henry Eden. Let's chat, shall we? Let's talk about government, shall we? Or more specifically, your government, dear America. The Enclave. Just who is the Enclave? Why, now that's simple. The Enclave is you, America. The Enclave is your sister, your aunt, your friend, your neighbor. And well, yes, the Enclave is me as well. As your president, it is my responsibility to preside over our great democracy. So, as your president, I am the voice, I am the heart and soul of the Enclave. That is to say, I am the voice, heart, and soul of America. But only together. Together can we hope to reach our full potential. The way we were before the war. Whole, beautiful, powerful. One Enclave, one America. Now and forever. But for now, my America, we must part. Restoring the greatest country in the world to its former glory, well, that takes time. Even for the Enclave. Until we meet again, this is President Eden signing off. Now, one of my inspirational quotes from the mouth of your president, John Henry Eaton, straight to your heart. The government should not be guided by temporary excitement, but by sober second thought. This is President Eden, and you're listening to Enclave Radio, voice of America.
Keep your head down, idiot. Raider incoming. If you're going to get yourself killed out here, you mind doing it further away from our bunker? I don't want your corpse stinking up our little patch of heaven. Defender Anne-Marie Morgan with the Outcasts. But all you need to know is that I've got a gun and a low tolerance for screwing around. We call ourselves the Outcasts, and we collect technology to preserve it from tribals and idiot locals. And before you ask, we were cast out from that company of zeros who call themselves Lion's Brotherhood of Steel. Way we figure it, if traders think we're too harsh in following orders, we're probably doing something right. We aren't recruiting, kid. Old sap lions might trust walk-ins, but we don't. But if you want to help out, well, we might be able to work out a deal. You bring in technological devices, and we'll pay you a finder's fee based on the device. But Protector Kasdan would have to okay it first. Okay, but first you'll have to talk with Protector Kasdan. You can work out the details with him.